Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's show. Now, apologies, I am about half an hour late. It's because I've been trying to set up a decent background, a WWE background, but my PC is not willing to play ball at the moment. So, yeah, apologies for that. I will get up the image what I wanted as a background, which it's annoying because I wanted this as my background. But anyway, I'll show you guys it. So right, here we go. Percent. Here we go. What will this do? Let's have a look. No, we don't want that. Oh, that's a huge fail. Remove. Yes, we don't want that. Ah, dear me. Just not going to plan, is it? I've been trying to set up a background and now... Right, here we go. Let's see. I just don't get why, because I've selected the images I saved. I mean, what are we doing here, people? Seriously. It's annoying. But anyway, we're here now. We're here. Stinker and Hook Skeezer. Yep. I mean, big up to you, Michael Tosh, FCFC. Oh, this is... Yeah. Trying to set up a bloody decent background. I was able to do the hours fine, but it's not saying it as a proper image for some reason, but there we go. But yeah, I'll just show you guys anyway. Just get up on my screen. Right, here we go. Images. The background I wanted. I mean, you may not have been able to see much anyway, but yeah, anyway, we'll just get up on screen. Let's see. Come on, PC. Running a bit slow in a moment. Oh, have I gone past it? Here we go. This is the one I wanted to see. Now we got it up on screen. Here we go. So yeah, we can have a look at that. But yeah. Plenty are into WWE, it seems. I know it's on ITK Forum, mate. That's actually AW, which is another wrestling company, because WWE highlights are on YouTube and Netflix, mate. So the one you're thinking about is All Elite Wrestling, what only started a couple of years ago. In 2020, I think it was. But yeah, this was the image I wanted to share. What I wanted to try and have as a background anyway. There we go. There it is. That's the one. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are the ones in that image. That is the background I wanted. But it just wasn't willing to play ball for some reason. But yeah, anyway, we'll go back onto my screen. Yeah, that was it. But yeah, big up. Yeah, big up Dynamite Sword Team. But yeah, WWE, the reason why I'm a big fan of it is because, I just enjoy it. I mean, yes, you can say wrestling is fake, which it is and that, but some of the storylines I actually find quite funny. Like, I got into WWE, right, in the early 2000s when, you had the Kane, Undertaker, The Rock, Stone Cold, Steve Austin. Literally, wow, there were some top wrestlers, and that was to me when WWE was really in its prime. Now, of course, they did have someone called Vince McMahon, but he was very controversial, so he had to sell his company, and then another company took over WWE. And I gotta say, they brought back some old wrestlers, and yeah, literally, the storylines are absolutely amazing sometimes, and the matches and that are very unpredictable. But you all know who's going to win because it's literally written in the script, isn't it? So yeah, let's get it right here. But also, yeah, disqualification is someone uses a steel chair or steel steps, but we all know they're not steel steps and steel chairs. I mean, let's get it right. They are more like thin plastic. I mean, let's get it right, yeah? That's why when they get hit with a steel chair, you think, oh, the impact feels quite strong, but it's hard on that people because, they're literally weak material, the weapons and that. So you can hardly get injured, which is incredible. Because imagine they use real steel chairs and that. My goodness me, you would get injured. Now, these WWE superstars are trained professionals, they can still sometimes pick up an injury because even though it's not in the scripts for them to get injured, it can still happen because, a move could go wrong. But there have been fake injuries before because it's parts of the storyline, it's parts of what the company is doing. And I find that very, very interesting. And when the WWE superstars trash talk on the microphone, I find that absolutely hilarious, honestly, when they are just chatting absolute rubbish to each other. And then they're talking to each other, and then out of nowhere, they start pushing and shoving each other and having a right brawl in the ring. Sometimes it gets so extreme they have to bring out extra officials and extra like security and that to try and separate the wrestlers. But unfortunately, they don't do a very good job because somehow they seem to bypass all the officials and the security. But again, it's part of the storyline, people. It's to make people laugh, and which I have to say they are succeeding at the end of the day. You know, I believe they are trying to make it funny, and some of the matches, as a viewer, you have no idea what's going to happen. Hulk Hogan, oh yeah, legends, Michael Chelsea FC. I agree with you, mate. Big, big legend. But The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, you know, Sting, all that legends, absolute legends. Now, obviously, Kane and the Undertaker, which I'll just get an image up of them, which I absolutely loved them too. The Brothers of Destruction, they called them. Kane and the Undertaker. Here we go. WWE. Of course, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, is in a lot of films, and so is John Cena as well. WWE Kane. Here we go. Let's bring up Kane, shall we? This is my favourite wrestlers, guys. See? There he is. Like, that was when he was bald. Oh, hang on. Just stop that a second. All right. Let's click on something else. Because, yeah, that could have been a bit. There we go. Right, let's get back onto it. Kane, here we go. Where is he? And let's have a look when he was in the mask, first of all. Here he is. This is The Undertaker's brother, Kane. Right, we'll just get it up on screen for you guys. Share. There you go, look. Here he is, Kane. When he was in the mask. Look at that. And obviously, they did a storyline where his mask got ripped off, and his finisher is what you call the choke slam. And his brother, The Undertaker, did it as well. Now, The Undertaker has actually got a wrestler as a son, his real life son. He's called Damian Priest. And he does the Sound of Heaven choke slam. That's his finisher. But yeah, that was Kane with a mask. And here, look. I'm just getting the image up again. And this is when he was without a mask, look. That's just loading up now. There we go, look. So, yeah. I mean, he looks completely different, doesn't he? That's absolutely incredible. But yeah, some of these wrestlers are absolutely amazing, Of course, there's a period where I stopped watching it for a long time. Then I got into it again, so I started watching it again. I've been watching it again now for quite a few years. And I have actually done a live watch along. I can remember before I hit 1,000 subscribers. I think it was last spring. I did a Monday Night Raw live watch on. Obviously, you have SmackDown as well, which is another popular one. Here he is, like Undertaker. When it comes up on my screen, guys, it's taking its time. Come on. Load, you bastard. Should be coming up in a second, guys. It's just loading up in a minute. But big up to every single one of you who's live and locked in this evening. Much appreciated. Now, if you are new to my YouTube channel, why not consider hitting the subscribe button, as I upload plenty of Manchester United content on this YouTube channel. And please subscribe as well to my Mr. Joshy J Football channel if you like your EFL content and non-league content. Today I've uploaded a YouTube shorts about Oldham Athletics promotion, and I put on my community post the Bristol City manager leaving for Norwich City. So yeah, you can find a link to my football channel in the description, and pinned on top of the live chat and in the description to this video is my channel membership. Yes, I have a level 1 and level 2 membership. So if anyone wishes to become a YouTube channel member today and help fund my YouTube channel, you can find all the information pinned on top of the live chat. Right, so here he is. Yeah, and he did a finisher called the Tombstone Pile Driver as well. And another one. WWE, The Rock. Obviously, Dwayne Johnson, like I said, he's been in a lot of films. Yeah, this is interesting. I thought, I'll tell you my story why I'm a WWE fan. And there you go. It's always very interesting. See, there he is. Look, Dwayne Johnson looks all bad ass in his sunglasses, doesn't he? Just get that up on screen for you guys when it decides to load. I mean, yeah. Sometimes when you screen share on this PC, it's a bit more glitchy than on my other PC. I think my other PC must have a faster processor on it, the one at my family's house, because obviously me and my grandpa, we used to share that computer, but obviously now I've just got my own stuff on it because it's now become my computer now. I'm the only one who uses it. Now on the weekends in the office area. But here in my flat, I have an all-in-one PC without the tower, so it's all in one. And I just think the processor is not quite as fast on this PC. The internet is faster here, but the processor inside it, I don't think is as powerful as my other one. Because like I said, my other one has got one of them towers. There he is, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Of course, he has a finisher called the People's Elbow and the Rock Bottom. Yeah, which I find absolutely amazing. Yep, and there he is. Which other ones do I like? Obviously, the one who's now part owner of the company, Triple H. There he is, look. The game, Triple H. And there he is there, look, when he's in his suit. We'll get a proper image of him. There we go. There he is holding his WWE belts. There he is, look. Yeah, that looks well cool, that WWE belt. And of course, he's held quite a lot of titles. I think he's held about 14 or 15, which is absolutely unbelievable. And this is what he's like now, look. On the microphone, and his finisher was the pedigree. Of course, now he's retired. Like I said, he's kind of owner of the company now, so which that's very interesting. But yeah, another wrestler I like. And obviously, another one I like is what you call the Legends Killer, Randy Orton. His finisher is called the RKO. Randy Orton, here we go. And another wrestler I liked as well, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, this, like I said, apologies I was so late starting. I was trying to set up my backgrounds, but my PC was not having any of it. So yeah, but don't worry, we'll try and get that resolved, guys. So once again, I do apologise for that. Oh, what have I done there? Just trying to get it up on the screen so I can show you more of a higher image. Okay. There he is there, like Randy Orton. This is a better one. This is a bigger image. There. Like I said, his finisher is called the RKO. And that was when he held the WWE belt. See there? Yep. He is a 16-time world champion. Of course, John Cena recently became the greatest of all time, holding the most ever championships on 17. John Cena, here we go. We'll get him up next. Of course, John Cena is retiring soon, so yeah, and that's why they wanted him to be champion again. And of course, you would have saw a lot of John Cena, you know, because he's been in it quite a lot recently, part of his farewell tour, getting one last big storyline before he retires from the company. And obviously, he has been in a lot of films as well, like I said. So, yeah, you would have seen John Cena quite a lot. See, in his famous baseball caps. And one of the chants I love in WWE is where the crowds go, "Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit." Brilliant. Absolutely incredible, honestly. Right, let's see what you guys are saying, then I will get back to some more WWE superstars. Oh, here we go. Hayden Cox. Good morning, Mr. Good morning to you, Hayden Cox. Big up. Hope you're well. I hope your day's gone good. So yeah, tonight I'm just showing my favourite WWE wrestlers, why I'm a fan of it. So yeah, there is John Cena. Legend. And another one I like as well is the Mexican wrestler Rey Mysterio. But yeah, and the reason why I'm a fan is because I just find it fun to watch, like, and they try and make it a bit of a comedy as well. Like I say, though, the matches, they are fixed. The company already decides who they want to win. But as a viewer, you don't know. Only they know. As a viewer, you have to try and predict the result, which I find that quite exciting. I really do. But here he is, Rey Mysterio, the Mexican wrestler, who I absolutely like as well. Now, he's got a son who's currently in WWE as well, Dominic Mysterio, which I find that interesting. So, yeah, there he is, Rey Mysterio. And his finisher is called the 619. So basically, he puts his opponents into the ropes, then he runs up, and then he does a little spin, and then hits his opponents in the face using both his feet. And that's what you call the 619. Then he gets up onto the turnbuckle and then does what you call a frog splash. That is Rey Mysterio's finisher. And obviously that is Rey Mysterio. And you have a look. Like I said, he has a son who's currently in there, Dominic Mysterio. Dominic, here we go. Oh yeah. And the Scottish Warrior as well. We got to get onto him. Drew McIntyre. There he is. See? There's his son, Dominic Mysterio. Actually, I think we'll get that other one up here. Hopefully that'll come up in a second. This PC's having a bit of a slow moment. Great. But big ups to every single one of you, yeah, who's like locked in this evening. Much appreciated. There he is, look. Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic, holding up the Intercontinental title, what he recently won. So, yep. Drew McIntyre, here we go. That's another one. Like I said, he's Scottish, and they call him the Scottish Warrior. He carries a big sword with him, a claymore sword, and his finisher is called the Claymore. Where before he does it, he goes 3, 2, 1, and then he delivers his finisher, which that is cool at the same time. That's amazing. But there you go. Look, the Scottish Warrior. Now he is a Rangers fan because he likes his football, and because he comes from Scotland, Scotland is the location he comes from, and he supports Rangers. So that's very interesting. And yeah, I haven't seen it here and there. I've seen it here and there. There was a long time ago. There was a long time I didn't see it, geezer. Yeah, because obviously there's WWE and there's AEW as well, which is all elite wrestling, which, like I said earlier, that started in 2020, and that is the one what is on ITV4. So yeah, but you know, some of the WWE wrestlers are cool. Some of them can be quite annoying, though. Don't get me wrong. Some do get on my nerves, but there is a lot I do like. So yeah, but in the end of the day, yes, I know it's fake, but to me, it's still a laugh. People, literally that is what they're trying to do. There, as viewers, they are trying to make you laugh. They're trying to keep you entertained, even though it's fake and all that. They're literally trying to just add a bit of humour to it, which I say that's a good thing, people. I see that as a real positive. Now, a lot of people may not like that sort of stuff, but it's just me. I find it very, very fascinating and interesting to watch. I mean, let's get it right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get the narrative right. But, yeah, the matches as well, like I said, they can be a bit unpredictable. Some of them can be a bit of fakes, yes. But all wrestling is faked. They know the outcomes, we don't. So, as us viewers, like I said, we just have to guess the results, really, and hope that our favourite wins. Of course, there's no guarantees that our favourite will win. I mean, let's get it right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get the narrative right. But, I find it very, very interesting, especially some of the old school wrestlers like Hulk, Kane, Undertaker, and all that. Yeah, real good. Right, let's see. So, that's Drew McIntyre. Of course, Vince McMahon, who was the chairman, but obviously he had to sell it because he got into a bit of financial trouble and that. And the company, to me, was going downhill, so he had to sell it. Of course, he is a billionaire, Vince McMahon. And he has a daughter as well, Stephanie McMahon, where she is kind of involved in the company still, but not her father, he completely sold it. Which, like I said, to me, it was the right decision because to me, it felt like WWE was going nowhere under his ownership the last few years he owned it. So to me, he did the right thing to sell it 100%. And I don't think he had much option anyway. But yeah, and his favourite saying was, "You're fired." He would say on the microphone like that. It goes, "Kurt Angle, you're fired." Absolutely amazing. There we go. Perfect. Just, yeah. One of my favourite TV programs. One of the stars in it is their birthday today. So, yeah, just saying happy birthday. But yeah, he was funny. Times Instagram. Obviously, there's this Olympic gold medalist wrestler, Kurt Angle. Hang on, I need to try and see my keyboards without knocking my phone off. Kurt Angle, here we go. Olympic gold medalist he is. So that's very interesting. Here he is, Kurt Angle. And of course, his entrance and his thinking was, fans used to say to him, "You suck. You suck." Which that's crazy, honestly. That's absolutely insane, people. But yeah, like I said, it is to entertain you and try and make you laugh, So yeah. But yeah, right. Let's see who's getting that membership tonight, people, shall we? Who is the lucky viewer tonight getting this membership? Agree? La di da di da. We'll soon find out. Here we go. Membership gifted. Who's got it tonight? JSY Talks Football Channel, Football Fan Channel. Well, congratulations. Once again, you have earned yourself a Mr. Joshy J 1 month's membership. So many congratulations to you. Absolutely amazing. Of course, that was when he had hair, and there's one of his Olympic gold medals. Which that is absolutely fascinating. But yeah, like some of the weapons they use on WWE, like I said, a lot of them are just plastic, cheaply made plastic, so you'd hardly get injured from them. You may get a little bit winded, but as in that, you hardly get injured. It's like the wrestlers sometimes they think, "Oh, I've been hit by a chair," and they act like they've been really, really hurt, but they're not actually really hurt. It's the parts they're playing. It's all parts of the storyline, people. So that's why I find WWE quite interesting at the end of the day. So yeah, but big up to every single one of you who's live and locked in this morning. Much appreciated. Like I said, trying to set up a background and that a WWE background, but unfortunately, my PC was making it hard work. So that's why I was half an hour late, people. So I do apologize for that. But sometimes, the PC likes to be a bit of a pain in the backside. So unfortunately, that's why I was 30 minutes late for this one. So apologies to people who were waiting for so long. I really do appreciate your patience, and I was keeping you updated in the live chat as well. Because on this channel, we work together, we communicate together. This is why this community is so elite. Let's get it right here, people. Yeah, let's absolutely get the narrative right. Now, of course, you have another event, a pay-per-view event called the Royal Rumble, where you have 30 wrestlers competing to try and get a place in WrestleMania. So 4 enter the Royal Rumble, but once one gets eliminated, they now add another one into the Royal Rumble. So that's always very interesting. And the first one in the Royal Rumble, it goes over the rope or bottom of the rope are eliminated from the Royal Rumble. So I always find that fascinating. And obviously, WrestleMania, the biggest pay-per-view event of the year. I mean, let's get it right, because the crowd attendance when they have WrestleMania is absolutely massive, people. Let's get it right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get that narrative right. So, yeah, that's very interesting as well. But, just some of the storylines, what they do are great. Some storylines they do are not so good, but majority of the time they're actually really interesting to watch, people. They're quite fun to watch at the end of the day. So, yeah, well, I find it entertaining anyway. Some of you may find it a bit boring, which fair enough. If you do, then it is what it is at the end of the day, because we all got things we like and things we don't like at the end of the day. That is what makes us human, people, isn't it? Like, if everyone just supported the same football team, it'd be boring. But as my community supports different teams, it makes it a lot more exciting, doesn't it? So, yeah. And obviously, in this all elite wrestling, a lot of former WWE wrestlers end up there because obviously some of them have been released from WWE. So AEW signs them up and then they move to AEW. Now, AEW is absolutely crazy. Honestly, it's like that is quite hilarious. But they go about it a different way than what WWE do, which I like how both companies try and be different. Because again, it'd be boring, won't it, if everyone did exactly the same thing? I mean, let's get it right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get the narrative right. So, yeah. Let's see what more you guys are saying. Oh, AK's in the building. Way. Hayden Cox. But wrestling is fake. Yeah, it is fake, but it's hilarious at the same time. Big up Joshy. Bush. Big up AK. Big up, mate. Good evening. Or should I say good morning? Because it is morning now. I love the Southampton Leeds kit for next season. Yeah, it was good. Looks very nice, eh? Here we go soon. Yep. I missed the Attitude Era wrestling. Yeah, that was when it was really in its gold, wasn't it? This utter woke nonsense has destroyed sports as a collective. Yeah, I agree with you, AK. Facts, mate. 100%. Apart from cricket, where my good friend Hayden Cox, he plays cricket, so he loves cricket at the end of the day. So, yeah, you two would get along very well, Hayden Cox and you, AK, because Hayden Cox loves his cricket, and you are a cricket fan as well. And then, yeah. But yeah, the Attitude Era, I agree with you. It was absolutely amazing, wasn't it? Like, that was when WWE was really in its prime. Well, back then it's called WWF, I think. Of course, they had to change the name, didn't they, on WWF to WWE because obviously World Wildlife Fund took WWF to court, the World's Wrestling Federation, and they won a legal battle. So that's why they had to change the name to WWE. Which I get that. But yeah, let's have a look at images of the Attitude Era. Here we go. Oh, it's a DVD, was it? Raw is War. Can you remember that? It's basically Raw now, but they used to call it Raw is War. Because that used to be in the old WWE games I used to play on the PlayStation 2, which I find that very interesting, looking back at some of these old WWE games. Look at all these wrestlers, like Mick Foley. Just, yeah, that was when it was really, really in its prime, WWE. The ad for WWE was getting it out when WWE ended. Yeah, Tony Ruthless Larson, big up, mate. Good morning to you. Buzz in my team finally won the game on Monday after 7 defeats in a row. SmackDown versus Raw. Here comes the pain PSO. Oh, they were old school games, like classic wrestling games. I used to love those, especially SmackDown Just Bring It as well. That was another good one, WWF SmackDown Just Bring It. That was amazing. You know, Obviously back then you had WWE wrestlers talking where you could pick this option where you could choose to attack your opponent or talk trash on the microphone. So what I used to do is I used to talk trash on the microphone, and then your character would go, face it, you're washed up. You think you're ready for a title shot? Oh, brilliant. Absolutely amazing. And I can remember in one of the old WWE games, right? I created a customized character and I changed the scripts. I actually changed it to "You're fired now, F off, Viper" or something. Oh, how you could change the text. That was absolutely hilarious, honestly. I absolutely laughed my ass off when I did that back in the day when I was playing one of them. It was unbelievable. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. But SmackDown versus Raw, the first one, I thought that is very good, that PS2 game. And Here Comes the Pain as well, that is another good one. SmackDown Shuts Your Mouth, that's another good one. So, there was a lot of good wrestling games back in the day. There really was. SmackDown versus Raw '08. And of course, THQ used to make these games, didn't they? That's a good one, '08. '07, yeah, that's a very good one as well. See, some outstanding games, but yeah, let's have a look. Like I said, SmackDown Just Bring It. That's another good one. Oh, fuck off. Don't want all capitals. SmackDown Just Bring It. Here we go. Great game. There you go. Look. I still got that game as well, I think. Well, I think I have. Sure, I have. Can't you bastards? Load up. Get on the screen. There we go. SmackDown Just Bring It. Yeah, good game that was. Of course, Triple H there, Kurt Angle on the cover. Oh, memories, man. Looking back at these. Of course, that's a bit of game footage there. Well, an image anyway. Obviously, I'm not going to show you footage on the screen because, copyright and all that reason. So, yeah, there you go. Look. See, back then for a PS2 game, I thought the graphics were outstanding. I really did. Right, so that's Just Bring It. WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. What a name for a game. Shut your mouth. But hey, you could say that to so many others these days, couldn't you? Hey, shut your mouth. Don't be so rude. Get on here, man. It's called having a bit of fun and banter. There you go. Look, The Rock and Hulk Hogan. Legends. Both of them absolute legends. Look at Kurt Angle here, look. No, I don't want to drag it. Fuck off. Sorry, I'm a better mayor with the mouse. There he is. Look at Kurt Angle. Oh, that's brilliant. Of course, this is what the graphics were like. Again, I thought the graphics were really good on the game. Oh, NWO. Who remembers the NWO? They were absolute gold to that group, honestly. NWO. There, I think, is Hulk Hogan. Oh, William Regal, look. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Rikishi, Shawn Michaels, Sweet Chin Music. I loved his Shawn Michaels finisher. Absolutely brilliant. But let's see what you guys are saying, yeah? Another day, another line. Your work rate is just crazy, mate. Yep. I know. We're literally lying every night now. It is insane. It's wild. But hey, you know what they say? Work rate, best never rest. Work rate. That's because you have elite high standards. My favourite was Triple H. Yeah, I like good Triple H as well. Gold wrestler. Of course, I was looking through his images earlier on before you joined AK. You know, top wrestler, he really is. His entrance was the best. Yeah, time to play the game. My IPL team won a trophy after 18 years, by the way, Joshy. Oh, congratulations, AK. That's absolutely amazing stuff. You know, you must be absolutely buzzing about that, mate. You really must. I mean, that's a huge achievement. Yeah, congratulations. Right, that is such, man. And here comes the pain. That's another good game. Yeah, I like The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, and out of the women, I like Trish Stratus, Lita. You know, she's another good one. Brock Lesnar. What a wrestler he was. I mean, just brilliant. Brock Lesnar, absolutely amazing. Of course, his physique was amazing. So agile. That's the right word. So yeah, and there you go. Look, SmackDown. Here comes the paint on the PS suit. Here's a bit of game footage. Well, an image. There you go. The Rock, Brock Lesnar. That's a bit of a better image, isn't it? Again, obviously not going to play that. But yeah, you get the gist of it anyway. Steve Austin, look, in the ring with Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, Big Show, another wrestler who I was a fan of. So yeah, absolutely amazing. Of course, referees in WWE used to wear stripy shirts like Newcastle United shirts, but since it's moved to Netflix and that, they now got these dark grey shirts, the referees. Which, yeah, that's actually quite interesting. But in AEW, All Elite Wrestling, the referees still have the black and white stripe shirts. But yeah, SmackDown versus Raw and that was another good PS2 game. I think that one, the first one, was my favourite. Because I can remember playing SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 on the PS2. I played that on the PS2, but also I played it on the PSP as well, on the PlayStation Portable. So, yeah, that is interesting, playing it on the little handheld system. I used to like playing it on my transport, like to school and that. But yeah, there you go. SmackDown versus Raw. To me, that game was absolutely gold. Honestly, I remember one time I decided to trade in the game because I wanted to get another game, but then I thought, oh no, why did I trade this in for? So after about a year or a couple of years later, I bought it again because I was thinking, why the fucking heck did I trade that in for? I thought, what an idiot. I tell you, when it came to games, I used to sell them, then after a while, buy them back again. I had a mad way of doing things. I really did. But hey, it's quite a funny story to tell, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, this is what the game looked like. And of course, really good storylines on the game as well. There, that's what the graphics look like. But yeah, in 2006, that's a good one. Look, very good one. Like I said, I played that on the PS2 and the PSP as well. Batista, John Cena on there, look, which that's well cool. But yeah, that's a great game. 2007 as well. That's a good one. See Triple H there as well. The very first game I had on the Xbox 360 when I got my Xbox 360 console, that was one of the very first games I had on it. So yeah, that brings back memories seeing that. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, some WWE superstars are so good. Some, like I say, can be a little bit annoying, but there are a lot I do like people. In general, I find it a laugh, I find it absolutely hilarious to watch. Of course, yeah, this is on the menu, like on SmackDown versus Raw. I mean, look at that. Even before you start the game, look at that for like an intro. Just absolutely incredible. Honestly, just yeah. I mean, THQ, they made some great wrestling games. They really did. So, absolutely, congratulations to THQ. I was crying. Well, that shows your emotion, AK. That tears of joy. You've been waiting for so long. Yeah, exactly, mate. Batista, Rey Mysterio, Prime, Kane, Undertaker. Oh yeah, legends, all of them. Yeah, some of them are my absolute favourites. What you just mentioned. Kane with the slow chemical theme. Yeah, brilliant, amazing. The next time you score, mate, you'll be buzzing. Yeah, you. I'll be so buzzing. Yeah, I bet you will, Hayden Cox. I bet you'll be very happy for me in the end of the day. Of Chris Benoit as well. Oh, yeah. Joking B. Ha ha ha. Choke slamming off the topic. A Hell in a Cell epic. Oh, yeah. Hell in a Cell matches are good. I have to agree. Absolutely shattered after my shift, mate. Yeah. Sadly, he's no longer with us because he very sadly took his own life. At AK4P, Kane never got a true title run in, which, yeah, he was robbed of that. Big up to you, Mob. Good evening or good morning. Sorry if I missed your comment, mate. If I missed your comment? No, I don't think so. Chris Manuel was one of the best wrestlers, according to some. Bobby Lashley, yeah. Of course, he's on AEW now, isn't he? He's on All Elite Wrestling. And of course, he's reunited with his group now, the Hurt Syndicate, which is formerly known as the Hurt Business. You know, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. I used to admire Batista. Yeah, Batista, top wrestler he is as well. Brilliant. Batista bomb. But yeah, AEW. Oh, big up to you, Brian CFC. Bosh. Big up, mate. Chris Benoit. Dusty Rhodes. Oh, yeah. Blimey, you really are mentioning some legends there. Oh, get out here, man. Sorry about that, mate. I know we're still rolling, so that's good. Get out here, man. Software update. Get out here. Get out here. I'm working, people. My macho man, Randy Savage. Oh, Randy Orton. Yeah, the Legends Killer. RKO. It sucks back in the day. People got thrown off the steel cages, thrown on thumbtacks and tables. Randy Orton. Randy Orton is the new generation GOAT to me. Yeah, I love his finisher, the RKO, honestly. I think when I created the WWE wrestler on one of the video games, I wanted the RKO to be my finisher. Because if I was a WWE superstar, absolutely I would choose that as my finisher. The RKO is a brilliant move. The three dangerous words in sports entertainment are KO. Yeah, big up Randy Orton. Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, yeah, the Hardy brothers. Yeah, I like them as well. Brilliant. Again, one of them moved to AEW, All Elite Wrestling. Of course, All Elite Wrestling is where WWE superstars seem to go when either they've retired from WWE or they've been released from WWE. But yeah, AEW and WWE are two different. You know, they try and go about it their own way, both companies. The Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, JBI, Eddie Guerrero, Mankind. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely amazing, honestly. Just, yeah, these wrestlers you are mentioning, guys, is elite, honestly. This is why my community is great because I always rely on you guys to give me some useful information, which you're doing. You know, you are all absolutely landing it in the live chat. It's great to see. It really is. But yeah, and The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know, there are so many legends in the sports. There really is, and it's great, it really is. Who is the greatest of all time for you? Uh, I say Randy Orton. I like Randy Orton. The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker. Oh yeah, of course, Eddie Guerrero, who another one who is sadly no longer with us, which is such a shame. Uh, Bogeyman, yeah, I didn't really see much of him, unfortunately, but yeah, apparently I heard he's a good wrestler as well. Undertaker, legend, greatest of all time to me as well. The Undertaker. Tombstone Pile Driver, The Last Ride. Brock Lesnar, yes. Oh, you gotta love Brock. He's absolutely amazing. Of course, he came back, didn't he? And he had a ponytail. He completely changed his hairstyle, which that's fine. If he wants to do that, he can. There's no law saying he can't do it, is there? So, yeah. But, yeah, and the female wrestlers, like I said, for me, it's Trish Stratus, Lita. She's another good one. Who else? If I can think of any modern day women wrestlers, Tiffany Stratton, I like her. Who's the current women's champion. Nia Jax, I like her as well. She's quite good. Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley, or Rhea Bloody Ripley, they call her. Let's get it right. So yeah, there are a lot of female wrestlers I like as well. Charlotte Flair, who obviously is the daughter to Ric Flair, who, won a lot of championships in his time in WWE as well. Michelle McCall. Booker T, yeah, he's a good wrestler as well. I liked Booker T. Michael McCall. Michelle, I think you just said, didn't she? But yeah, Michael Cole, the commentator. I like him. He's been doing it for quite a long time now, Michael Cole. But yeah, this is absolutely amazing, This is great. I love talking to you guys in the live chat, It's great that some of you have the same interest in me. It really is. Jerry the King Lawler, oh yeah, legend, absolute legend, him as well. But there are a couple who I say I'm not a big fan of, is The Miz. I'm not really a fan of him. CM Punk, I wasn't really a fan, first of all, but he's grown on me a little bit. Who else? Who else am I not really a fan of? Seth freaking Rollins. I love Seth freaking Rollins, and they used to call him the Monday Night Messiah. I like him. Who else? There are so many people, wrestlers that I like. But like I said, there's a couple I'm not really a fan of, but there are lots of them I do like. So it's hard for me to name the ones who I dislike. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really a fan of The Miz. And yeah, CM Punk, I was a bit on the fence about him, but yeah, he's grown on me now, CM Punk. Johnny Drip Drip, I wasn't really a fan of him when he was with The Miz. Not at all. Hardcore Holly, yeah, she was a good one as well. Brilliant wrestler. But yeah, it's absolutely amazing, to think that WWE has been going for quite a long time now, and a lot of people seem to like it, which I do. I love it, Yes, I know it's fake and that, but to me, it's to make people laugh. It's part of the entertainment, isn't it? That's what I like the most about WWE. And yeah, just the laughs and the banter, what comes with it. The wrestlers talking trash on the microphone. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it, people. I fucking love it. Now where they go, now I'm gonna whoop your ass. And then they start having a brawl with each other as well. It's mad, honestly. But hey, this is why you got to love it, isn't it? Well, I know it may not be for everyone, but I definitely like it. So if I like it, then that's all that matters to me, isn't it? That's all I'm going to care about. Now, I like something I enjoy because at the end of the day, I do enjoy WWE, even though sometimes I do feel some of it is a bit daft and over the top. I'm still entertained by it. I'm still having a laugh by it. And at the end of the day, that's what it should be about, having a bit of fun. The whole arena shakes when Undertaker steps into the ring. Yeah. I like the Undertaker more than Kane, to be honest. Oh yeah, like Undertaker's just the goat, isn't he? But Kane, I was a huge fan of Kane as well. I mean, Kane is he's a legend, isn't he? Well, so is the Undertaker, to be fair. He's a legend. So, yeah. But, you know, just looking back at some of these old images, it brings back a lot of memories. It really does. So, yeah, I'm very happy about that. And I thought, yeah, this would be a good stream to do because I know I don't talk about WWE very often, but there you go. You've learned something new off of me. You now know that I've been a fan of it for quite a while. Have you ever taken a wrestling bump? What, someone do a real finisher on me? No. Luckily enough, no. Paul Bearer, yeah, he's a good one as well. I agree. He's a good wrestler. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. He's another one who makes me laugh, honestly. Yeah, absolutely amazing. And he's had so many different arenas. Well, not arenas, different wrestlers, working with him, being parts of his team. Absolutely unbelievable. But hey, you know, this is what makes WWE great, isn't it? It's so exciting, isn't it? I think so. John Morrison, yeah. I think he's in AEW now, isn't he? All Elite Wrestling. But yeah, I mainly watch WWE to be honest, but I do watch a bit of All Elite Wrestling, especially Mercedes Monarchine is in it, who is Sasha Banks. Can you remember Sasha Banks in WWE? Yeah, that's Mercedes Monaghan, or what her surname is in AEW, because sometimes due to copyright reasons in all elites wrestling, they have to have a different name, which I get that, I really do. But yeah, it does seem weird when you're hearing different names, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, but like I said in the past, I have done some WWE live watch alongs. Well, I've only done one WWE live watch along before. I did a Monday Night Raw one last year. So, yeah, I mean, it could be another idea from the channel. Say maybe do Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown or something. Because I think that might be a bit of fun doing that because it seems to be quite a few you seem to be into WWE as well. So, yeah, that could be a plan going forward. I'll take a Stone Cold Stunner. Yeah, that's a great finisher as well, wasn't it? The Stone Cold Stunner. Stunner! Stunner! I used to be a regular viewer of WWE until they ruined it. Yeah, I know. It's like, of course, it's on Netflix now these days. Do you watch the NBA finals? Is that basketball any chance, Mob? Because I think that's basketball, isn't it? I mean, I don't mind a bit of basketball. I do find it fun to watch. Basketball finals starts Thursday. Oh, cool. I am doing a live watch on this week. I'm doing the Brazil game as the Brazil men's team are in action. So, yeah, I'll be doing that this week. So, that'll be interesting, doing a live watch on to that. Also, like, not just Brazil men are playing, Brazil women are playing as well. So, yeah, plenty of content to come. So, if you are into your Manchester United content, Corner One content, then why not consider subscribing to this YouTube channel? And please subscribe as well to my Mr. Joshy J Futsal channel if you're into your EFL content and non-league content. Link is in the description, and pinned on top of the live chat as well is my channel membership. So you can find that in the live chat, all the information. So yeah, big up to every single one of you who is live and locked in this evening. Well, this morning, I should say. Much appreciated. So yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? WWE, even though, yes, you can say, oh, but it's fake. Why do you want to watch fake stuff? But yeah, I couldn't care less about that. To me, it's about having a laugh, isn't it? These trained athletes are paid to keep your fans entertained. So that's the way I see it. That's the aspect I see of things. But yeah, anyway, that is the end of tonight's show, people. I hope you enjoyed that. I've enjoyed talking about WWE with you guys. It's been real good fun. It really has. And you got to know a little bit more about some of the wrestlers I like and some of the wrestlers what you like as well. I'm fascinated by some of the wrestlers you like. I found it very interesting, people. This has been a great show. So thank you very much all for being part of it. Much appreciated. So yeah, let's see if there's anyone live who I like. Oh, say less, guys. Say less. Flying Pig United Gaming is live. So yep, we'll go and redirect to him. Flying Pig United Gaming. So make sure when you head over to his YouTube channel, you put Mr. Joshy J Raid. And yeah, he's currently playing some FC25. I enjoyed it, Mr. Joshy J. Oh, thank you. So yeah, big up to every single one of you. We're out of here, people. And don't forget, Glazers out, Ineos out, and brown envelopes in the bin as well. Bye-bye. Mr. Joshy J Raid, people. Spam Flying Big United chat. We're out of here. Laters.